So, looks like we've got it going on. We got the lights, got the camera. I see the sound. Let's put it closer. Hello, hello, testing. There we go. How's that? Looks like we got it going on. Let me just check real quick. I thank all of you who are going to be joining us tonight in tonight's looks like transmission. We've got it going on. We got the lights. Let me check here. I see the sound. Let's put it closer.
Yeah, every time I do a live, it just
testing becomes horrible settings.
How's that?
We're going to do our best. Looks like we got it going on. If anything, this live will be recorded, and after the live, you'll see it in normal quality. Quick. I thank all of you who are going to be joining us tonight in tonight's as we talk about the higher self transmission, which is something that we all have. I see the sound. I would say every time I do a live selves, and in these teachings, we're going to do our best. Teachings, we talk about having specifically exactly 1,000. This live will be recorded in 28. After the live, you'll see it 1,728 other higher. I think all of you who are going to be joining us tonight because as we talk about the higher self transmission, lower, which is something that we all most of those are higher because the human race, I would say, we're collective in the selves right now. So. And in these, out of 15 dimensions, we're going to do our best. Teaching, you can say we talk about the lower self. We are lower exactly. This is not our recorded highest potential. After the live, you'll see 1,728 other higher. I think all of you are going to be joining us tonight because as we talk about the higher self transmission, we got family coming in. Something that we all most of those are higher because thank you guys so much for being here. We're collective in the selves. We have 42 souls online so far. So, and in these, out of 15 dimensions, we're going to do our best. Teaching, you can say we talk about the lower self. We are lower exactly. This is not what we recorded. And back to my after the live, you'll see 1,128 other. I think all of you are joining us whenever we work with as we talk about our energies or do something about the higher self transmission, family coming in, something that we all most of the type of healing work. It's always imperative higher because thank you guys so much for being here. We're collective in the selves and bless your space. Cleanse and bless your light body. We have 42 souls online so far. So and in these. Especially when you're trying to connect to your higher self. We talk about the lower self. Because, we are lower exactly. This is not recorded in our world and, in humans, in beliefs and ideas and thoughts. The energies of our environment could be distorted. I think all of you whenever we work with as we talk about our energy, making sure we keep up with our higher self, spiritual family coming in. Something that we have all most of just really low internet, and it's always imperative upload speed. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're collective in the selves and bless your space. I have 2 mic sources and bless your light body. We have 42 souls online so far. So, and in these, especially when you're trying to connect to your higher self, we talk about the lower self. Because we have lower exactly. This is not recorded back to my mind. World, and in humans, in beliefs and ideas and thoughts. Test. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me close those extra windows. Okay, how is the sound now? Cleanse my mic? Sir Madism. Okay. Okay. Still echoing. Oh, it's good now. Fixed. Okay. We got a buffering going, so I see your messages that you wrote a few minutes ago. Okay. Diamond Star says something's wrong, but everyone else says it's better. Okay, thank you guys for your patience for that. Thank you for your patience. And a lot of different energies have been going on in my own life, and up and down, and this internet issue, router problem, those things are been happening in the past week for me. So, and we are mindful of those energies in our life. Okay, thank you, Diamond Star, for that confirmation. We all need to be mindful of energies that are happening and do some type of cleansing and healing in our thoughts, in our, step back and see what could be causing it. And we want to be masters of our energies. We don't want them to continue reckless. We want to be very mindful of our energies. And when I say that, that sounds like kind of not specific for some people. Energies is just your life. What are you feeling? How is your emotion? How is your day? How is your conversations, your relationships? Those are your energies. How are your energies doing? Do you have some issues, dramas, problems, things not going right, like normal? So, and it doesn't mean it's all on you, but that's the first thing you want to check on yourself and see how your energies are. How's your attitude? Is there something that you can do immediately, such as go into a state of silence? Become silent. Silent your thoughts. Silent your words. Go into stillness. Go into mindfulness. Go into the present. Okay? And that could work for many instances in your life. Maybe you're in an argument. Go into stillness. Go into mindfulness. Into that present mind. And this is actually one of the ways you connect to your higher selves. Okay? We'll just use the word selves for the rest of the live, because this is truly what it is. We don't have a higher self only. We have hundreds of higher selves. Out of 1,000, we have over 1,000 higher selves. Okay? Because we're at the lowest level, so obviously there's over 1,000 higher versions in 4th dimension, in 5th dimension, in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th dimension, 10th dimension, 11th, and 12th dimension. So we can go higher, but the human DNA goes up to 12. If you're a starseed and indigo, well, you can keep on counting, baby. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, we realize that those are parts of who we are. They have their own spiritual will. They're making their own choices. They're not doing the same exact thing you are. They're not even the same body matter. They're not in the same physics. They're not in the same consciousness. So they're very different, even alien type. Like if we saw one of our higher selves in a higher dimension, it would not look like this. So another way to say that is we don't look like this up there. To realize this topic tonight, it's important to understand the context of creation. You exist, we exist, holy ones, within a 15-dimensional time matrix. If that's not part of your conversation, part of your imagination, part of your thinking, what is a higher self to you then? Because you see the context of these multi-dimensional realities. And we're right here in the third dimension out of 1, 2, 3. That's not very high out of 12. Okay? So see the context, see the perspective. Now, it's important to keep checking on chat. Let me, we have Diantes in the house. Thank you for being here, Holy One. Bless you. I'm glad you found the live, and welcome here to this group. We have a good, positive group of energy here, a lot of loving people. So we got Sir Mattism in the house. What's up, brother? Thank you for being a member, Holy One. Over 6 months, brother. Thank you so much. Can't wait to meet you. Got Gina Sutton in the house. Missed you, Hannah Ozzy. Yeah, I missed you guys too on Saturday. We didn't do a Saturday. This is one of the things I was referring to, how my energies, something was off. And there was actually something very positive from my router not working, which I'll talk about a little bit later tonight. See, I have 2 routers now. The old one that would cut off. This is why I was forced to have 2 internets. So when that one cut off, the second internet source would kick in. I have a new router that doesn't cut off, but there's still an issue with throttling of my bandwidth when I go on a stream. It's either YouTube throttling me, it's either T-Mobile, my internet service provider, throttling me, or it's something I use as a camera. I'm using my iPhone. It has to have an app to connect to my computer, which I use is VDO Ninja. So either VDO Ninja is throttling me. So one of these 3 sources, I still haven't figured out what the F is going on. The people who sold me the router said there's a firmware I could try. So I'll try that, not now, but later I'll try before the next live. I have a few things to do before I can get this internet problem resolved. I'm just explaining it to you. It's fair because I wasn't here on Saturday. I was here ready. I had my lights up, but then suddenly there was no internet. So what happened is, since I didn't have internet, I took medicine on Saturday. I had extremely profound experiences on medicine. And when we talk about the higher self, when you do something as serious, as strong as psilocybin, you're going to connect to and perceive, experience your higher selves. Some of them. I saw countless higher selves when I was on plant medicine. And when you're there, when you're projected there, when it's not even projected, it comes on you because it's inside you. It's there. Now, what you're doing is with the medicine, it's assisting you. And temporarily, while you're on the medicine, on the psilocybin, for example, you're temporarily activating DNA. Because when, for example, I can see that in my normal 3D life, I'm not seeing those things. I'm not experiencing that knowledge. When I'm on medicine, it's not dormant anymore. It's there in living color, full blood, full, huge, lucid, living color. No, and it feels just as real as 3D feels real. Physical to the touch, real. When you're on this medicine, your DNA that has 12 dimensions of existence, of your existence, that's future existence. See, there's no space-time. We're outside of time. There is no space-time. There is no future or past. So those things exist in the present now, but at a different frequency. And we're not normally experiencing those higher frequencies of our higher selves in our 3D daily life. We came to 3D to experience 3D. We didn't come to 3D to experience 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, 10D, 11, 12D all the time. But when you become more psychic, you're going to perceive more frequently, some of those higher thoughts, higher ideas, higher connections. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, hey, go and try plant medicine just to do that. No, that's not my message. Okay? Some people are going to try to distort that message. That's not my message. My message is, if you're one of those who want to explore consciousness, your spirit, your multidimensional collective, one of the things you could check out, because we can't do that as strongly in our normal daily life, in our normal daily meditation, in our normal daily techniques, without the co-creation with the medicine, which is a conscious and alive collective itself. So you're co-creating, and this medicine was created by Source God in one form or another, one source or another, with a specific design to assist in your consciousness. It wasn't assisting you in some other issue, some other application. It's directly affecting your DNA perception. So you can consider that some type of temporary DNA perception, and then suddenly you perceive now in living color, just as real as this reality. Feel, see, touch, smell, talk, hear, speak, just as real as this reality. Even more richer, more lucid, more real. Because you're more of yourself. You brought more of this spirit into the 3D while you're here, but you're not in the 3D, are you? Just like a UFO abducts and takes you to another dimension, you, with the co-creation of the psilocybin, for example, now are experiencing another reality. Your body is here. Your consciousness is there. Part of your brain is still operating your body, of course. You can get up and walk around and talk. I just wanted to share that to you because that is tied into tonight's topic. And I want to say, if the live disconnects, I will make a part 2. So you guys remember that. If this live disconnects, wait 5 minutes because I will create a new one as fast as I can. Machiwa. I can't go higher than 15 kilobytes per second on my live. So it's going to give me these messages. Your stream bitrate is 1444. Oh, thank you for the 3 4s. 1444 kilobytes per second. But that's a silly message because it's constantly changing every second. It's changing like this. Change. 2,000, 2,200, 1,400, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, it's constantly changing. Blue Moon, I'm glad to hear tonight, everybody. Christos Avatar, I want to say that it feels like therapy, and I need the young man, those who are uplifting and encouraging. Well, thank you, sister. I'm not young. I'm actually a grandfather. But thank you, bless you. I have a 1-year-old. She's not even 1 yet. A 1-year-old granddaughter. But I feel young, Just don't look it, right? Dalton in the house. I already missed some of the beginning. It doesn't let me see the entire from the beginning of the chat. It's so silly. But we have Angel Wings. Hello, everyone. Diamond Star, Courtney, Dalton, Ann Garrett, Eddie Family, Thank you guys. If you guys have a question, please tag me. Just put, the @ and Christos avatar. Your message will be highlighted and I'll be able to see it. And we have moderator Stardust Goddess in the house. Thank you, Star Sister, for being here. We have Celine also as one of our moderators in the house. I don't think we'll see Indigo tonight. He's in Tucson with Starman. So those two moderators are in real life together at the moment. So bless Indigo's trip there. So we just have the ladies here tonight. Sarah and Celine. And Stardust Goddess, all three of you. Okay, I'm just looking. Sarah, greetings to you, Star Sister. You guys see how Sarah highlighted that? Oh, that's way above there. Blue Moon. Ascension, Blue Moon says, Ascension, we are called to die to the flesh. Actually, nothing dies. Let me read the rest of your message. Not physically, the aspiration, the principle of man. Notice how you didn't mention woman. Men, women, male, female. The God code when used with the moral code. Oh, there's a moral code. There is no moral code, Holy One. The knowledge of the world. I see some distortion there. But that's okay. We can agree to disagree. But nothing dies. All right? Even if your body fails and no longer it has any biological function, it transmutes. You notice, you see how the body deteriorates, goes into bones and dust. It returns back into the soil of the earth. Nothing dies. You're not the body. You're the spirit soul essence that went into the body for 60, 70, 80 plus years. And then when the biological functions end, it's going to return. It didn't die. Nothing dies. It's made of trillions of cells. Okay? And then the spirit will move on, either stay in the second density of Earth, if it has to reincarnate, kind of like the way station. And then it will return when the soul is ready to go into another incarnation. The soul has no beginning and no end. You always existed because you're always a creator. You always are with the unified field. These teachings are based on the sacred universal law of one. We're all one. We're all part of God. God doesn't die. You don't die. The body doesn't die. Nothing dies. It simply transforms into new energy. Even the scientists know that one. The scientists know that energy, which is consciousness, which they don't say, but we say, realize it's alive. Energy is never created and never destroyed. Energy only changes form. Just like you have a solid block of ice, then it becomes liquid. You boil it, it becomes vapor. It didn't die. It's in a different state, a different energy form. Nothing dies. Machua. But the principle of men, it's more accurate to say humans. People coming from religion are so used to male God. No, God's not male. Why would you think the creator of everything would be limited to a male? And if God is a male, is it having sex? Why does it have a penis? Why does it have a gender of a male? Does it have a wife? You know, that reveals how ridiculous it is to put human characteristics on infinite intelligence. There's no gender in God. God's beyond, way, way beyond gender. Includes the human, includes all aliens, includes androgynous life, includes life that has no body form. Thank you guys so much for being here. And the higher self is, there is a distortion in a lot of different teachings about the higher self because they follow like the Hindu concept or Buddhist concept of reincarnation. You see, you die and you become a new person according to them. No, you don't become, that's not how it works. We exist in 1,728 time vectors, different places, locations of space-time. Right now, you don't die and become a new one. You see how that is a distortion. We have a piece of ourselves in this time vector until we reclaim it, till the soul reclaims it, until you accomplish spiritual ascension. You're accomplishing spiritual ascension along with the same, with your parallel self and with your soulmate and twin flame. Those are all coming together. You're pulling your parts together, going on a spiritual journey, expanding your spiritual evolution, expanding your consciousness. Now you're pulling yourself up into your higher self. Now you've reclaimed your higher selves. Your higher selves have pulled the lower self up. It is your higher self, like say your fourth dimensional self, projecting the third dimensional self. It is the third dimensional self projecting the animal self, elemental self, and plant self. It is these cells projecting the subatomic life field. And so it goes all the way up to the scale, all the way up to your vertical connection to Source God. We all have a connection to Source God. We are all faces of God. No exception. A fallen angel is a face of God. But in the context of creation, we exist within the hologram field. The time matrix is a hologram field. This is God's creation. God created us specifically to have 15 dimensions of consciousness, to have frequency bandwidths of itself, levels. Each one is a different level of God, of Creator. And God also split it into particle form and antiparticle form. So you have many selves on this side of creation of the hologram, and you have this also part of yourselves on the other side, the equal amount. Now, we talk about your higher selves. Let me show some of that in the diagram to explain this concept. Deyantes, the technique we're going to talk about is coming from Kathara, Biospiritual Healing. It's part of these teachings. And it actually, it's a 21-hour workshop, which is available to all members. If you're even it is. It's available. The Kathara workshop is available to even the $5 members. All members have the access to the, actually, it's avatar and up. So 20 hours to explain chakras, the 15 chakras, to explain the Kathara science or Kalantic science, the Partikai, the Particum, Partike, how to work on all these, the crystal seals, how to build your shields. You have 5 shields, and it's a fantastic workshop. If you guys can find that online, go for it. I can't find it anywhere online. Not the full 20 20-hour workshop. But yeah, I will answer you through some of the chakra ideas, because that's how you open. That's what is your higher self. This is the fourth dimension. Most humans don't have this throat chakra or the heart chakra. Most humans have 3 chakras. This is why scientists say you have 2 or 3 strands of DNA, double helix. That's because of the chakras. But how it comes out to double helix is because of your particle self and your parallel self. You count those strands and these strands, and now you're bringing those strands together to go through spiritual ascension. If your particle's having problems, or your parallel, or if you're having problems, you're not coming together, you're not going to go through spiritual ascension. So let me show this diagram just to explain the higher self. And let me open up my Photoshop. Much respect to all of you. I actually lit my charcoal and didn't put down the incense. So give me a couple seconds here just to throw some on. Got some copal, white copal, and I also like the gold copal. These are mostly used in like South America. Looks like this one's getting low. Ugh. I picked up one because it fell off and it was kind of hot. Let me get my amber, please. I also recommend Palo Santo. Palo Santo. You can break these up into smaller pieces, or just put it touching your charcoal disc, and that will burn it as well. Here's my amber. Which is very powerful, amber. Plus I'm wearing amber. I got this when I was with Starman. He got his own amber stone as well. And apparently him and Indigo are going crystal shopping at the Tucson Gem Show, which is once a year from February to March. If you guys can make it, it's worth the trip to Tucson. It's the largest crystal show on the planet. Every single year. Smudge yourself. Get your spiritual hygiene going on. Maybe you had a rough day. Chicas masur. Makoya. Alright. I closed all windows, I guess. So let me open that up real quick, you guys, the diagram for you. Yeah, I hate it when I burn my finger, man. It's not fun, right? Bless all of you for being here with us, and this is our ceremony. This is our time together. And it's our community of starseeds and indigos, a lot of people wakening up, a lot of people serious about their spiritual journey. So let me just check. Got 100 souls online. Yeah, Palm, I'll be answering you, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for supporting this work. And wait a second, I believe I did answer you already. One second. Or maybe I didn't answer it, and I will figure that out after, but I thought I did already answer you. I'll make sure I do. I already told Indigo Wizard to expect Palm, P-O-M, so I confirmed your membership. Thank you for that. And thank you for supporting this work. Bless you, brother. Thank you so much. This is how I can do this full time, you guys. I can't do this without your support. So please realize that. And my income is basically, your support. So, and plus, YouTube pays a little bit for the viewing of my videos, but not a lot, right? I can't rely on that. So now I can show the diagram. This is called the 15-dimensional time matrix. And this is an excellent tool. So this is another way you can support me to get this diagram yourself. Download it to your device. I recommend you do it on a computer because it's huge. Literally, it's a huge file. I mean, 18 megabytes, but it's a big picture. A lot of data. And this is how we can understand our higher selves. Like we're on 3D Earth. This is what we know. I mean, most humans know you're on planet Earth, you're a human. But they're not aware of all the different levels of creation. Where the soul is, where the oversoul, angels and archangels are, where the avatars are, where the Christos, Christ is, or originates from, where the higher worlds are, the universal trinity, the blue flame, gold flame, and violet flame, which is called, also called the guardians. Okay? And so there's also ascended master levels. So that's part of your higher selves as well. You're coming from the ascended master levels. All beings, all animals, all insects, all angels, all archangels, everything in existence is coming from the ascended master level. It is the ascended master level who created this level, and the blue flame, gold flame, violet flame, the guardians. And it is these beings who created the density 4 beings, dimensions 10, 11, and 12. It is these beings who created these beings created these beings, and these beings created these beings, and these beings created the, like I said, the animal life and the subatomic life. We projecting it. It's part of the creation. Or this projected that. Actually, let me correct myself. This is what created these levels. So, for example, souls would create life down here. And I have another diagram. So let's say one of your souls, because you have 144. Out of these 3 dimensions of angels, you have 144 selves. And they are going to each project themselves down here. Every soul, which is 144 souls, each soul is going to project this piece of itself down here. So here's a density 2 again. One of your souls, one, is going to project 12 of itself. Okay? So here's 12 of them right here. This is how reincarnation works. One soul will project itself into 12 different time vectors. And male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female. Sometimes you're a male, half the time you're a male, half the time you're a female. Of course, that's until you get to androgyny. We have males and females in density universe 1, dimensions 1, 2, 3. We have gender still, males and females still in dimensions 4, 5, and 6. So yes, there's actually, oops, sorry. What? I wasn't trying to do that. So there are male, female angels. However, there is no male, female archangels. They're all androgynous. All the avatars, androgynous. All the rishi are androgynous. The ascended masters are androgynous. God is androgynous. Only a small part of its creation is male and female pronouns. Everything else is an it. You call something that doesn't have a gender an it. An androgynous conscious being is an it, not a male, not a female. This is why we don't call God male, a god, or a goddess. God is way, way beyond gender. So you would say you have a piece of yourself here. It projected life down into this level. This level, this would have 12 selves. One of your selves, if you're here, you put 12 of yourselves down here. Okay? At the Ascended Master level 2, those 12 selves, each of those 12 selves put a piece of itself down here. So that's 144. This is why you're going to have 144 in all these levels, in these universes. There's 144 here, there's 144 here, there's 144 here, you have 144 here, you have 144 here. And you double that because you have part of yourself as also all of those 144s exist over here. So it's actually 288 per density universe. You have 288 in the particle plus the antiparticle. So you get out your calculator and I don't know, you can't see my calculator, but you start right here. Let's say 144. So I put that in my calculator, 144 in density 1. We're counting your higher selves. Let me check chat. Yeah, okay. Plus 144. So plus 144. Plus 144. Plus 144. Wait, did I already do this? 144. And then 144. That's 720 selves. In particle universe, you have 720 within this whole area. And you also have 720 in this whole area. So you take 720 times 2. That number is 1,440. Now, I've even saw Ashana talk about this. You have 144 selves in Ascended Master level 3. And that 144 selves here. So let's put that in the calculator. So 1440 plus 288 equals 1,728 selves. You exist in all these places I just explained to you. And this is in the teachings. And now let me pull up PDF so you can see that with your eyes. One second. Some of you have this PDF, right? So we're going to switch to the PDF real quick. Well, first of all, this is going to be the Voyager's book. These Emerald Order teachings start with the Voyager's book. Technically, Ashiana started before the book was published. She actually started in 1998, doing workshops in New York and Pennsylvania and Florida and Arizona. She was going around. And this is Ashiana. Ashiana is our teacher. And one of the people here on planet Earth who represent the Guardian Alliance, who represent the Emerald Order. A lot of you are too. But she's what you call Speaker 1. And the teachings are the Emerald Order, which is the blue flame. Notice this is blue. It's not coming from gold flame. It's not coming from violet flame. The Emerald Order. The violet flame is called the Amethyst Order. The gold order is called the Gold Order. The gold flame is called the Gold Order. So what you're going to see on the screen is this book, but in a PDF form, which all of you can download for free. We share the links. I'm sure my moderators already did. There's no excuse to not learn this information that will help you ascend. And if any person can find anywhere online all 20 hours of the Kathara Biospiritual Healing Workshop, please give us a link, a working link, so we can share it with everybody. Because right now we still don't have one. This is why I preserved the entire thing in the members area for avatars and up, people who are serious about this. And I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of workshops in there. You have incentive. There's a benefit for that. So what the hell is this? Okay. Something popped as my PDF, but let me go to the PDF. Because some of you don't probably think that number sounds, weird. 1,728. I never heard of that before. Let me check Voyagers 1 first. 1,728. It's not in Voyagers 1, so let's go to Voyagers 2. Oh, 33 results. I like that number. Thank you, Holy One, for that number, 33. I claim that. And it first talks about the ascension codes, ascension keys. I guess I got to find the right page, but you see, there's a whole bunch of things talking about that. Master key codes. And remember, I mentioned that 1440. That's within the time matrix. Those two ascended master levels added the 144 and another 14 to make the 1728. There is numbers in God. The numbers have a meaning. You're seeing 333. You're seeing 1111. Well, that has meaning. There we go. And notice the word every. Every human incarnate is part of a larger family of, and I would say, simultaneous incarnated selves, plural, not just a higher self, but a family of selves we call it the personal Christos. You have a personal Christos. I have a personal Christos. All humans. It is part of the human DNA template. So not all animals, not all aliens have this many, but we do because of our template, our DNA morphogenetic template. The personal Christos is the eternal personal identity that includes 1,728 simultaneous incarnations, not past lives, not future lives. That's a distortion, you guys. They're simultaneous lives until you reclaim them and bring them up, return back to source. Each placed within various time, space, or space-time locations, what we call time vectors. They're all in different time vectors. All of yourselves. Sometimes the soul mate and twin flame can come together, but most of them can't possibly even meet each other unless you do it through the consciousness. Okay, so this is a real thing. This is not just some made-up number. There's explanation. These teachings talk about it. The 1,728 simultaneous incarnations of your internal personal identity are incarnate into the angelic human race forms. characteristic to this evolutionary rounds, which is explained in the Voyager's books, you guys. So it's important to see the diagram and to see the PDF talk about this. I call you holy ones for a reason. You're a huge family. You're not just little old me on planet Earth. First of all, there's 144 of you on planet Earth. But we talk about your, you know, how you have a huge family. We're all related somehow, the entire planet. Well, we're talking about your personal family. Your personal tribe is 12 in density universe 1. Just know in the back of your mind that your larger family of your personal Christos is 144 down here. Bless you, holy ones. That's a lot of consciousness. That your personal Christos is mighty. Thank you, Shano, Chop It Up TV. Thank you for supporting this work, Holy One. Bless you. Everything helps, and it's appreciate that exchange of energy. Bless you. Thank you so much. Garrett sees 444. Let me see if there's any more questions. If you guys have a question, please make sure you tag Christos Avatar. Sarah, you said it, 1728. 144. Nikki B, if you have the 2024 version, no, you probably have the 2022 version. It doesn't look anything like the. Let me show you what the 2022 version looks like. Just so you see, so you'll realize if you got the right one. That one's completely free, the 2022 version, to even $5 members. I mean, everyone who's a member gets it. Let me see. Files, Christos Avatar. Every time you want to find something and you can't. Images, Christos Avatar. Wait, I know how to find this. I know how to find this. Sorry. Time Matrix 2024. Time Matrix 2022. There's a huge difference, you guys, between the 2022 one and the 2024 one. All right, so let me show you Daphne. This is the 22 one. That's it. There's nothing else on this diagram. Now look at the 2024 one. Hello, it's pimped out. It has much more data, much more information. If you don't have this, that means you don't have the 2024 one. If you're not an Avatar member, that means you need to buy it separately for $15. I'm sure the members gave you a link for that. It's definitely worth it, and I plan on eventually later this year, I don't know when, make a 2025 and add even more. This is an ongoing project. That's why it's like that. It's an ongoing project. And each time I try to improve it in different ways and add a lot more information. My goal is to even add pictures of all the you would say founder races. The 10 founder races, I want pictures on here too, and stuff about the Stargate councils on here. So there's room on here to add more. So I will. And I always put this, the last version I did was 1/1/2024. So just wanted to explain that real quick to Daphne. Yeah, the Voyager's books are free. And we also give you the Kathara manual for free. So it's all the techniques are free, you guys. I just simply have put the entire workshop, because I have those on my PC. I put the whole workshop on the members area. So Garrett Patterson, all people are in heaven. Well, not all people are in heaven. And what is heaven, right? We talk about a 15-dimensional matrix, and religion talks about a heaven and a hell. It doesn't talk about the creation mechanics. And so you won't see the word heaven. We don't use heaven because that's a religion term. We talk about harmonic universes. We talk about dimensions. You start in the Kathara teachings, it explains what dimensions are, what density matter is, and how that affects, alien life in all these different dimensions. How it affects your consciousness. So we don't use the word heaven. And not all people are in the higher dimensions. Some of their selves are down here. So, it's just, we have, like I explained already, you have 1,728 in all these different levels. So you didn't put a bunch of yourself in heaven and the rest on earth. It doesn't work that way. You have some of yourself here, some of yourself in the astral, some of yourself in the archetype, some of yourself in all these different levels, and all these different, even on the parallel universe. So, and it's not no one makes us hate each other. Okay, that's a distortion. Let me explain that. Nothing makes us hate each other. We have the free will choice. I have the free will. You, brother, have the free will. All of our neighbors and friends and families and all the earth, we all have free will to love each other or hate each other. Nobody is making you think or do hating or loving. You decide to align with hatred or love. Nobody's forcing you to love or hate. You are God sovereign free. You are making your own choices. And if you're tied up in religion, religion is teaching you to hate. And you're aligning yourself with that. Because in religion, like for example, they say that you're a sinful person at birth. There's something wrong with you. You need to be saved. You need another higher being, some other being to save you. No. So I'm just making that explanation. That perspective is coming from the law of one. All are equal, not unequal. It's the same with males and females. Religion makes females not equal. There's all kinds of verses in the Bible where women are not equal. And not to mention, the Bible promotes slavery. There's nothing equality in the scripture. So, in Timothy 1, Chapter 2, verse 11 to 12, a woman should learn in quietness and full submission. This is in the word of God. No, it's not the word of Creator. This is a fallen angelic ET God. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. This passage has been historically, used to restrict women's roles in teaching and leadership within the church. 1 Corinthians 14:34 to 35. Women should remain silent in the churches. They are not allowed to speak, but must be in submission, as the law says. This directive, has been interpreted as limiting women's participation in public worship. Our brother here, Mr. Madizm, talked about seeing that himself in another country, in Egypt. Same thing. Women had no rights to worship in public or to be doing anything in that way. We talked about slavery. Ephesians 6:5 in your supposed word of God. Slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear. And with sincerity of heart, just as you would obey Christ. And there's all kinds of verses that talk about slavery. Romans 6:16, Corinthians 1:7-22, Leviticus 25:44, Ecclesiastes 2:7, on and on and on. You find distortions in religion. Hardcore, dark, twisted, false creeds in religions. Religion is not inspired by God. Religion was written by governments and humans and men, because the women aren't allowed. You see all kinds of things wrong there. What's going on there? God is murdering children. In Egypt, God is murdering children. Go kill all the men, women, children, and the animals too. Wiping out, you see, sacrifice. You see the angel of death. You see, why is there an angel of death? There is no death in a loving God. God creates life, not destroys life, not sacrifices life. Doesn't have angels of death. I have over 1,000 videos here. I have hundreds of videos talking about stuff like that. In case you just are here for the first time, there's a bunch of videos where we talk about the distortions of New Age and religion. We're not New Age or religion. Warren B. Machiwa, brother! Woohoo! And he also wrote a message with his super chat donation. Love and light, brother. Appreciate the dedication and getting us the knowledge every week. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you guys' kind feedback, because certainly there will always be haters with not so friendly feedback. So I love it to hear your guys' feedback. Thank you so much for that, Warren B. Thank you for supporting this work. I bust my ass literally 100 hours a week, working, making videos, making content, researching, uploading MCO workshops, putting together the membership areas, the Discord chat area, putting together, answering emails, answering Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. It takes all day long. Just so you guys know, if you worked 100 hours a week at some job, you would be buku money. It's not happening here. It doesn't matter. I'm here for service, but I do need an exchange of energy. Otherwise, I can't do this 100 hours a week. So thank you, brother. Thank you, all you who are helping out. Celine, thank you, Star Sister. She says, gratitude and blessings. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being a moderator, and I can't wait to meet you two in person. Some of you, we're coming together, and some of us are serious about this work. Some of us truly are part of this work and are serving. Thank you for your service, Celine. Thank you for your assistance. Bless you. And she's also helped me with herbs and a teapot and Machiwa, Holy One. Timothy became a new member. Welcome, Angel. Bless you. You have access to the 2022 diagram. Wow, you had it printed, brother? Yeah, you guys can print the diagram. I recommend Printful. It's called Printful. It's easy to find. Printful. They will mail you whatever size poster, wall hanging of the... you just need to give them your image of the diagram. It's a high-res image, and I haven't done it yet because I'm not going to do it yet until it's done. I'm not done with the diagram. It's what I said earlier. It's an ongoing project. I started in 2022. New Zealand. Welcome, Steve. Welcome, New Zealand. Variety Guy says, I love you guys. We have a cool crew. We have a cool team. Loving, caring people. Reverent respect. That's one of the 12 attitudes of mastery. Reverently respecting all life. Nikki B talking about heaven again. Okay, you guys, this whole idea about heaven. Where is heaven? Like, what does the Bible say about heaven? Where is heaven? Where? It's up? It's up. Think about this, you guys. If heaven is not here, where is heaven? Can you travel to heaven? Can you see heaven? Think about it. Where is it? You learn this Kalantic science of these teachings. You will learn way beyond heaven. What is heaven? Because the way they describe heaven is another world, right? What do you think another dimension is? Another world, another universe, has its own galaxies, has its own planets, has its own extraterrestrial races called angels. At one level, at a higher level, they're called archangels. At a higher level, they're called avatars. At a higher level, they're called rishi. At a higher level, they're called ascended masters. There's no context of creation in religion. There is no context of creation in most New Age belief systems. Sure, some beings, or you would say sources, will talk about the demiurge, which doesn't exist. It is a distortion. But they will still talk about some other levels of reality where the divine beings exist and where the dark beings exist. You know, there's not a full understanding. What you see in that diagram is a full understanding brought to you by the guardians. Remember the guardians on the diagram? Who are the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th dimensional beings? No distortion. They exist within the sacred universal law of one. There is no darkness, no evil, even possible at those levels. It's a resonance, a Christos resonance, non-dual resonance, no gender, just eternal beings, immortal, eternal beings. This is not what you see down here on earth. Machiwa. Just giving some perspective about heaven. People keep calling it heaven, but you're not having a multi-dimensional terminology. You don't have a multi-dimensional lingo. You don't know these terms. You're studying the Emerald Order, but you're still calling stuff heaven. Okay, so let's look at Kathara and see what Kathara has to say about heaven. PDF. Here's Kathara, Biospiritual Healing. 290 pages long. The most advanced, one of the most, well, there's other advanced ones in the Emerald Order, but in the planet, this is the most advanced ascension teaching on the planet. This is 296 pages of spiritual ascension, techniques and knowledge. Let me go to the top and look for the word heaven. Heaven. No results. Oh, wow. I'm surprised. Why? Why is there no heaven? Because that's a religious term. What does it say here about reality? Well, the first thing it starts talking about in chapter 1 is the structure, not of heaven, but the structure of the unified field. Multidimensional anatomy of form. It talks about the holographic nature of reality. It talks about the structure of dimensions, particle phasing, and matter density. Nothing about heaven yet. Universal and planetary energy systems. Talks about the 12 tree Kathara centers, not the tree of life, not the Kabbalah distortion of the tree of life. It talks about scalar shields, the Kathara lines, Christos seals, dyadic points. Still talking about the unified field. We talk about, that's our terminology. We don't use the terminology of heaven. The universal and internal Templar complexes. Okay, so let's look at chapter 1. Let's go down to chapter 1. The structure of heaven, the structure of the unified field, okay? And you will learn it in detail. What is this reality? It's not called heaven. It talks about it all being made of consciousness. It's all made of energy. There is nothing physical. The quantum physicists are getting some of that understanding, but they don't understand that it's all created by thought. Nothing is solid. Okay, it's all dimensionalized in order, an order of dimensionalization, specifically 15 levels of dimensionalization. When you see information about heaven, you don't see no context of creation at all. No explanation of what it's like or what it looks like. Here you're going to learn that the universe and even your body is holographic in nature. It's projected by a higher consciousness. Your higher self is projecting yourself, your holographic self. You learn about the templates of energy, the structured units of consciousness. God is tangible. Reality is tangible. It's a spiritual science, holy ones. We don't just say some convoluted words like heaven. You learn the primal substance. It's broken down into omnipolar, bipolar light radiation and omnipolar sound radiation. It explains it. It talks about the tritone waves of creation. It talks about antimatter substance. It talks about electrical and magnetic forces, about expansion and contraction. You know, that's why we mentioned the particle, particle, particum units. Okay, and this is where you're going to get stuff like gender, why there is gender, why is there, how is these exist at the same time as we exist. It talks about fission and fusion. Primal substance, okay? We don't use words like heaven. Okay, it talks about particle, the ultra micro particles, morphogenetic fields, scalar grids. It's all based on a hologram field. The Guardians call it the hologram of matter. Okay, so this is what you get for free. We're giving you the structures of dimensions, the structures of heaven, the frequency bands and sub-frequency bands, vibration and oscillation. We talk about the angular rotation of particle spin, ARPS. This science of creation is brought to you by the Emerald Order. And let's look if the word heaven is even used in Voyagers. It probably is, but it certainly isn't the same perspective as religion. So go to Voyagers and type in heaven. What does Voyagers have to say about heaven? There's three of them. Okay. Christianity talks about it, and Judaism talks about heaven. Okay, that we're not that. We're not Christianity, Holy One. Okay, what else? Who would mourn these people as they entered the portal and were incinerated upon contact? Their bodies destroyed, their consciousness fragmented into the ether, while onlookers watched them move joyfully through the gates of heaven. Of course, you're seeing that out of context, but you're seeing what people think from their religious point of view. What's the third one? Talk about rescued humans would feel honored when assigned to godly spouses, privileged to participate in recolonization, hybridization programs to begin a new heaven. That's not even the same point of view. We're using context. But anyways, the heavens, or the house of many mansions. This diagram is what they're saying. Let me see. This is the house of many mansions. This is the house of many heavens. Not just some religious concept of heaven. It's a multidimensional spiritual science. I just wanted to throw that in there. And this is also explaining your higher selves, by the way. Machiwa. Code. We're not talking down about religious people. We're talking about the distortions of religious people. This is actually a fallen angelic phantom energy consciousness, a reverse consciousness that is actually attacking the real God. It is actually attacking the real Christos, Christ. It's actually fallen angelic demonic systems that are plaguing, that have been plaguing the human race since human seeding 1, which is literally millions of years ago. Within our seeding, it's 800,000 years. For 800,000 years, they brought religion. We were not following religion before. We were following the universal law of one. And so in the universal law of one, we learned that we're all equal. But no, here comes religion. Okay? We're not knocking religious people. My own family members are religious people. Almost all of them are Christians. This is what religion has brought. This is what religion has plagued us with. This is not God's original intention. This is not of Creator. This is those fallen angelic systems. It's called the Dark Templar Antichristic creeds in modern day religions. Religion brings us all of these. This is bringing you into the phantom matrix, man. You're going to talk phantom. You're going to speak phantom. You're going to treat others like phantom. This is not our original creed. Religion is not from our world. It's not from our origins. It's not part of our identity. This is an attack on the human race. Religion is an attack on the human race, on Creator God. It is anti-God. This is anti-earth. This is anti-human. This is created by the phantom beings. This is our creed. Let me bring it in. This is the original creeds that religion took over. Religion replaced. These are the sacred spiritual science teachings of the Mahabharata inner Christ. So I'm not talking down on religious people. We're talking about the structure, the false creeds of religions. That's what we're talking about, brother. And so we also talk about the 12 attitudes of mastery. Let me show you that. What is our original creeds? Go back to Kathara and go to the 12 attitudes of mastery. 12 attitudes Wait, maybe I bookmarked it. I didn't bookmark it. Okay. It doesn't take long to find it. It might be right here, so let me do a search. Yeah, I'm going to have to bookmark that so I don't have to keep on finding it. What? She has a long intro. Table of contents. Here's the better contents. Wow, I don't know why I'm having a problem finding it, but I know it's. Just let me look at it from full pages. From full page, scroll. There we go. 12 attitudes of mastery. This has also been taken over by religion. It's no longer based on these attitudes. It's no longer based, we have horrible things coming out of religion, man. It's definitely no longer, this is no longer part of spirituality. Now it's been taken over by a war god. So, to each their own, whatever you resonate with. People resonate with the angry, cruel God. That's on them. That's their choice. That's what you're getting from those false creeds. False creeds. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get an angry, cruel God who murders children, murders women, who destroys entire nations of people, who curses, who uses magic, who man, this is just diabolical. And if you don't resonate with that, if you don't see that it's against God, then that's on you. That's on your own spiritual journey. Machiwa. Jennifer became a member. 2 months. Bless you, Jennifer Miller. It's a pleasure to have this space to share my truths and beliefs without fear. Thank you, Christos. And that's why we made this community, you guys. And this is why we have 5 moderators to keep out the trolls. So you can have a safe place to share your truths and beliefs. Excuse me. Because we cannot share this with our religious family. They will demonize your new beliefs, your truths. They will say you're falling out of this, you would say, grace of God, and that you're going into satanic or Luciferian frequencies. You're being pulled down by the devil. You shouldn't be having psychic abilities. You shouldn't be able to see visions of other realities and beings. When it's a natural, organic aspect, but they will contradict themselves and say, oh, it's of the Holy Spirit, the ones who are in the church. When they're just experiencing psychic abilities too. It has been relabeled as something else and being served by something else. It's the same thing with Reiki. I don't know if you guys have taken a Reiki class. They tell you the energy is not coming from you. They don't understand unity, law of one, or that it is coming from your energy, your consciousness. They're distorted. They have no idea of the creation mechanics either. Reiki should be based on creation mechanics. But what do we find out instead? It's a reptilian healing system. It comes from the reptilians. There is distortions in Reiki. They're passing symbol codes that are not of the Christos. Just like they do in Wicca or witchcraft or the occult. and the tarot cards and astrology. Now you're using a whole different set of symbols and meanings and originations and identities. With religion, you don't get your identity. It's been cut off from you. Now you're a lowly, sinful human. You're going to live and you die, and hopefully in the grace of Jehovah, Yahweh God. Otherwise, you're going to be burning forever in torture and agony. Your smoke will be rising forever and ever in that pit, lake of fire, Hades. Machiwa. Transmute, you guys. Transmute. Lauren, wisdom. Thank you, Star Sister. Thank you for all that you do and for being you. Much love. Machiwa. Woohoo! Thank you, Star Sister. Thank you so much for supporting this work. Thank you for hanging with us. I appreciate you guys. 33 so far. Yeah, because they won't stay here very long if they're not respectful. You guys can disagree. You can even talk about your Jesus and all that. As long as you are not damning and preaching and being disrespectful to our law of one inner Christos belief. We talk about the God, you being part of God. It's inherently part of you. God is not external. God is not out here somewhere. God's not a male with a penis. Okay, that's disgusting. That's a very low idea of what is the creator of everything. If God is omnipresent, and it even says, that God created male and females. So God is inherent in creator. But instead, I read you those verses of the Bible, how they put down women, and how they talk about slavery, and how they talk about murdering and sacrificing. It's in the Bible verses. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's right out there in the open. It's same with the Jehovah Yahweh God. It's just as bad as with Allah. Allah is also a cruel, judgmental, angry, sacrificing war god. These beings are worse than humans, man. Once again, these are coming from my own notes. Let me repeat this again, because it's always relevant and we're always having new people. The Father E.T. God. You keep calling him Father. You think God's a male. Okay. This Father E.T. God. Not the Creator God. It's some angry, pissed off God. E.T. God. This one in the Bible describes it this way itself. They don't call it maniacal demonic. I call it maniacal demonic consciousness. And all such entities are actually alien beings from other worlds. The ones creating religions on earth are alien beings who have little puppet Illuminati, Pharisees, Sadducees, humans, little puppets writing these books for these ET gods. These negative, dark, twisted ET gods from human religions are not divine beings. They are worse than humans, man. Including your mentioned Father God, Yahweh, Jehovah. Your Father God is a sinister alien extraterrestrial from another dimension. Many such ET gods, not just Jehovah, not just Christian God, other gods too, are described as burning angry, volatile, deceitful, vengeful, cruel, murderous, including genocide of entire nations of men, women, children. Some of these gods are kidnappers. They are rapists. They can cause destruction, chaos, war. They are jealous, are hateful. They create fear. They demand sacrifice. They demand subservience. Demand blind worship. This is not the real creator God. These are imposter gods who have messed with the human race since in this human seeding since 800,000. Well, they started in Atlantis 50,000 years ago, messing with our religions, bringing in the penis god, the patriarchal male god, father god. Now God's a male, and women are just some subordinate creature thing. This is coming specifically from the Anu Melchizedeks. It's coming from the Elohim races. They're bringing this patriarchal, sexist beliefs into Christianity, into Islam, and we've gone through Voyager's book. It shows you when these extraterrestrial races from Orion, from Avion, from Sirius, from other different planets, when they came, what religion they changed and edited, okay? You know, how the reptilians changed and took over the Vatican. How you see the Pope himself is in a reptilian snake building. Look at the building of the Pope. Look at the audience chamber. Audience chamber Pope. You will see this reptilian alien god. That's not tonight's topic. We just have trolls talking about, trying to take off the subject. And that's their other people's choices of lack of discernment. Jennifer Miller became an avatar? Wow, Star Sister. You get the 21-hour workshop. It's preserved in that membership. Congratulations. It's going to take a while to understand all of that, but Godspeed, Holy One. Diamond Star! I love that name, by the way. Diamond and Star. You got it going on. Diamond Star says, I just wanted to take a moment to express my deep appreciation. You see why people are attacking? Who's attacking? It's religious people attacking. Or occult people. Or distorted New Age people who are attacking. But we have Diamond Star. I take a moment to express my deep appreciation for wisdom and guidance you share. Your impact reaches further than you know. I honor the energy you pour into every lesson. Thank you, Star Sister. Thank you. And you guys see a testimony of the different people of different type of mentalities in the world. This guy wants to say, I'm attacking religious people. No, I am not. I'm talking about the distortions in religion. That's two different things. I don't say religious people are stupid and ignorant and foolish. That's not what I'm saying. I'm attacking the false creeds of the religious structure. Of the religious paradigm and where it's coming from. And what are the creeds in it really? What are the stories really in there? Got to keep hydrated, man. So many people think God is a male, not just Christians. I mean, let me ask you this question. Would you guys who think God's a male, would you agree that God is everywhere, all powerful, and beyond human limitations? Would you agree, yes or no? Because most religious people would say, yeah, God is everywhere, God's all powerful, God's beyond human limitation. Yeah, I agree. This opens the door to expanding your understanding beyond gender. And even in Genesis 1:27, So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. This suggests that both masculine and feminine aspects are included in the image of God. Even in Hinduism, Brahma, I have literally tens of thousands of notes. The supreme reality, Brahman, is beyond gender. This is their belief. They believe also that God is not a male or a female, but that it has aspects of both Shiva, masculine consciousness, and Shakti, feminine energy. No, not in Christianity, not in Islam. It's a man club. Okay? Male only club. And even though we don't agree with Kabbalah, but even in Kabbalah, in Jewish mysticism, in the Ein Sof, the infinite one, God, the infinite one, is neither male nor female, but the source of all creation. And these are references, that helps religious people see that your own traditions acknowledge a formless God beyond human attributes. I mean, if God is male, does that mean he has a physical body? If so, where does he exist? If not, how can spirit have a gender? In your mind, how can a spirit have gender? Is God not the greatest, the ultimate spirit? If we take father literally, does that mean God has reproductive organs? And if so, does he have a wife, or does he reproduce like humans, right? And this reveals the absurdity of applying human characteristics to an infinite consciousness. I mean, so many people are familiar with Christ, right? We talk about the inner Christos. And Jesus himself said, the kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17:21. What if this means God isn't external, but is already inside us? Because this shifts the conversation, yes? From a distant patriarchal God to the inner divinity within all beings. A key teaching in these Emerald Order teachings. We also talk about, the physics behind it, the quantum physics, that aligns with God as a unified field of consciousness. That's what God is. Not a father God, not a girl goddess. And we don't talk about heaven. Okay? If you guys are really serious about these teachings, are you really expanding your consciousness and awareness and seeing that God is not male, but people keep saying he, the Lord, Father, or they keep saying Shiva, not Shiva, but the female Shakti, or some other name for you. You see? As long as you guys keep entangling yourself with these religious terms, because words are power, symbols are power, and when you want to keep on addressing God as a he or a she, that's your right. All you're doing is entangling distortion within your own understanding. We transmute those old paradigms, those old beliefs, and realize the law of one. That creator is much more greater than a male-only club. I mean, you should see how women even have to hide their faces in these other religious beliefs. At least Christian women can at least, be pretty and be feminine and not be dominated by some, the gong, the synagogue, you got to go run. The children and the women have to go run. Ask our brother, Sir Madism. So we connect to the higher self through chakra. Okay? How do you work on your higher self? Well, in these Emerald Order teachings, in the Kathara Biospiritual Healing, which is in the members area, or you can try to find it out in the world. I never did. Because in 2010, I downloaded everything I could. I still have my files from 2010, which are gigabytes, terabytes. I can't put terabytes of info somewhere online. That doesn't stop you from finding it somewhere. I've even listed all the names of the workshops that I'm aware of. So I'm going to be putting even more stuff tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have time tomorrow to put more of stuff in the Avatar and Up memberships. Bless you and you guys' self-study, because this is a self-study system. But if you want the PDF for Kathara, it's free. We already gave it to you. But it's hard to understand the whole thing. It's truly hard to understand without the video. The Kathara manual goes with the Kathara video. So, spiritual ascension, thank you, Holy One. Thank you for those numbers. I love those numbers. Numbers are power. 333 is power. Thank you, Blessed One. Cheers to the Unisai, to the Kiwashe, to the Kundare, my Chiwa. While we have time, because it is getting late, I went for 5 weeks without smoking. I smoked this weekend with psilocybin. I told you at the beginning I was going to talk about it later, and here it is later. What always happens when I'm on this powerful, most powerful, amazing medicine is I see my aura. I see my aura in living color. I see it all over the room. I see it all over my arms and my hands and my body. It is turquoise and magenta, which we know from the teachings is 13D Elohai and 15D violet flame. I have my violet flame running and my blue flame running when I'm in the medicine. I'm coming from those levels. When you guys go on medicine and you see that aura, I did not see any red, no orange, no yellow, no green, no blue, not really blue. Okay, I didn't see any lower chakra colors because when you're in the higher levels, you're seeing the higher auras. You're not in the 3D consciousness. You're not in the 2D consciousness. You're not limiting to the 1D consciousness. You're in the higher consciousness. What is your aura? Perfect example, indigo children. Why are they called indigos? Because other psychic people saw they didn't have an orange chakra, red chakra, blue, green chakra. They had an indigo ray. I saw myself with a turquoise ray and a magenta ray many times. It's now like confirmation. Now it's like I go into the medicine. Now it's not a surprise. Man, it is freaking unbelievable. So extraordinary. What I experienced on that medicine. Out of this world, no reference point. There's no walls and ceilings and floors. I saw a ton of beings, a ton of races, different alien races. I saw groups of races. I saw Jeshua. I don't expect anyone to believe that. I saw Jeshua. Gina! Woohoo! Gina! Shining star! Woo! OMG, Star Sister, thank you so much. You're helping me eat another day and feed my cats. They're not my cats, but they're wild cats, and I still take care of them every day. 1 meal a day. I eat one meal a day, so thank you, Gina. That really helps. Everything helps. That's an extra help. Thank you so much. Bless you, Gina. Nikki B, what would you suggest I have playing in the background? Wow, that was so weird. What happened, man? I wasn't even planning it. I don't even know. I still don't know how it happened. But my computer has a CD drive that I never use. I never use the CD drive, but there was the movie in there. I'm doing the Elohim Lyrins. No, I'm doing the Anu Elohim Lyrins. Excuse me. The Anu Elohim, they're aquatic. And then I got all this aquatic ideas and energies going on. And then when I go on medicine, I don't know how it happened, but there's one disc in my CD player. I never use the CD player anymore. I do everything. I get movies online now. But I have the Abyss in there, and it's playing this peaceful music in the Abyss. Where you push play to play the movie. I thought it was part of my medicine, man. I didn't. It was a peaceful, calming sound. No lyrics. No, you guys. If you're asking my opinion, Daphne's asking my opinion. You don't want to listen to music with lyrics. You don't want any lyrics. That's my suggestion. You can do whatever the F you want. I suggest to have no music. I don't even know why I had that. It kind of affected my medicine trip. I didn't know how to turn it off because I was on medicine. When I was on medicine, I couldn't get enough 3D mentality to go into the computer and find the file and push off. I tried and I said, forget it. I'm not gonna mess up the session. I'm not gonna pull myself out of the higher energy. Because if you start doing a bunch of 3D stuff and you're going to pull yourself out of that medicine, what's the point? Stay in your space. If you can. Try to be still. I use I'm always wearing my little hat and I can pull it down in front of my eyes. Or if you have a sleep mask. Now, I have a caveat to this. You know how I tell you how this is my belief? It's not coming from the Emerald Order. This is from my own experimentation. It's literally temporarily letting you see your higher DNA. Your other selves. Tonight's topic. You see many other higher selves. They look like aliens. You think it's an alien. Some of you think your spirit guides are aliens. You guys, more than likely, those other beings are you. Because they're not from this world. They don't look like humans. Humans don't look like this up there in the fifth dimension. We look like aliens. If you saw the picture of us up there in the fifth dimension, it wouldn't look nothing like us. I mean, some things would look like us, but not. It wouldn't look like this. But what I wanted to say is you could. This is why it's extremely important to do protection, to do your Maharic seal, which I did do. I did my Maharic seal. I cleansed the shit, excuse my language, out of my whole area because I'm about to go on some powerful medicine. Why? Because you could have some other higher selves, higher dimensional selves who are dark. Some of your experience will be ruined by some of your other dark selves if some of your other selves are dark. Think about it. You're multidimensional. You have 1,728 selves. What makes you think they're all good? Maybe you have some selves in the phantom. A 10-dimensional self that fell into the phantom. Or maybe you have some 3D selves in the phantom. Some astral selves. Some archetype selves. Some celestial selves in the phantom. Well, you go on medicine, it opens your DNA. If some of it might be dark, some of your own selves might want to vampire on you, might want to scare you. So that's the caveat to the medicine. You could experience some dark shit. This is why you have to put up the protection and always go into it. I only do medicine if I've fasted, if I have no weird energies. Don't go on psilocybin if you have weird energies. You have to I would suggest wait until you are in a good mental and emotional state and you've fasted. This is why I respect this medicine so much. You guys truly want to have godlike experiences. You put the effort into it. You put the effort to make sure you're stable here, stable in frequency, and you're in the 12 attitudes of mastery as best as you can. You're positive as best as you can. Then try this medicine. And this is how I do it. Especially when you have no tolerance to it yet. If you have no tolerance, you don't need a whole 5 grams, do you? Because what I'm telling you guys, I didn't have no tolerance from smoking weed for 5 weeks. I fasted, cleaned myself. I only needed 1 gram. Of course, later I added another gram because I wanted it when I was in. Okay, I do it in stages. You could do half a gram and see if it starts to shift you yet. Shift. Go into seeing visuals. No visuals yet? Do another half gram or maybe a whole gram. Now you're at 1.5 grams. Keep track. I keep track of it. Because later how much did I take? I forgot. Write it down. Now, after 1.5 grams, do I see visuals? Yes, I see visuals. Are they lucid? Not yet. Okay? I wait in this phase. I sit in this phase until there's any negative energies. If I'm in a safe space, if I'm seeing sacred, divine, holy beings, selves, sacred law of one selves, I feel good, I feel peaceful and loved, then I'm safe. I'm in a safe place to add 1 gram or 2 grams. Because you reach the visuals, not lucid yet, and you're in a safe space. Now it's time. Now it's safe. This is my approach. Now I'm going to have people from even the Christos teachings say some shit about what I just said. And let them. I'm telling you from your brother Anuhazi's point of view. And I don't agree with everything Ashana says. I don't agree with everything Lisa Renee says. I've seen myself. I'm also a guardian. I'm also serving Guardian Alliance. I'm also serving Emerald Covenant. I'm also an avatar, like all of you are avatars. I've seen Jeshua. Some of you have seen Jeshua. I've seen Ashana, a version of Ashana up there, a positive version of Ashana. I've seen John the Baptist up there. Those beings up there, they don't have shape or form. Did you see the time matrix diagram? By the time you get to density 3, you can morph and morph and morph, change shape, change your vision, change whatever. You're creating anything you want with your thoughts. Only in density 3, not dimension 3, density universe 3. That's dimensions 7, 8, and 9, archangel level. So just at the archangel level, which is only crown, thymus, and thalamus chakra. Remember, I told you I was seeing 13 and 15. So I saw massive collectives, massive, like energy is no problem. Energy is just I saw it in my hands, man. I was looking at my hands and I had light all around my hands. But I don't pay too much attention to that because I'm feeling so much frequency in my whole body. And And I'm one of those people, I don't need to sit still and be quiet. I'm actually walking around. I'm walking in this whole house while I'm on medicine because I'm experiencing so much. And I recorded it on my phone. Some of it was distorted. A piece of it was distorted. I'm not upset. I'm not harmed. I put up my heart seal and I let those things go. While I'm on the medicine, I let it go. I don't have a person helping me. There's nobody here watching over me. You're going to have someone sit with you for 5 hours, 6 hours? That would be mean. I'm alone. Anyways, I'm alone. So I'm just sharing some of this because some of you are interested. Some of you are willing to explore. I am your brother Anuhazi. I've seen these guardian beings. I saw myself. I saw a ton of Lyran feline beings. I saw myself as a Lyran being many times. And this time it was hardcore obvious to me. I saw my Lyran self. I saw my Christos avatar self. I saw collectives of beings, races of beings, intergalactic beings. Beings were visiting me and showing respect and leaving, and other beings were coming. I saw a line of beings coming. This is no exaggeration. I am not coming from a space of ego. I am simply sharing this experience with those who are willing to hear it. Psilocybin, man, there's no comparison to cannabis. No, there is no comparison. Cannabis doesn't activate your DNA like psilocybin does. That's my point of view. Now, I went to Peru and tried ayahuasca. It wasn't this, it was powerful, yes, but I didn't see all this guardian stuff when I was on Aya. When I'm on psilocybin, and I didn't mention it, I forgot to mention it, but with all the prayer work connecting to the guardians, before you start the medicine, before you take your first drink, before you do your Maharic seal, you put intention. You put intention while you're stirring it. I take it in liquid form. I put it in powder form and put the powder into a liquid and stir it. While I'm stirring it, I'm putting my intention. Only connecting to positive energies. Only loving energies. Only guardian beings. I want to see my higher selves. I want to remember my other lifetimes. You put your intention while you're stirring it. And always blessed words, blessed intentions. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what I do. It's freaking so amazing, man. It's so blessed. I'm so thankful for it. I'm so thankful to have these experiences. Even if I only do it once a year or a couple times a year. I only did it once or twice in 2024. Here it is, February. I did it once in 2025 so far. So I have a recording of this 4-hour, 5-hour recording. I was on medicine for 5 hours. And so I might share some of it, but I have to listen to it first. Because some of it's negative. Some of it was ego. It wasn't my ego. But whatever this being was, it was super intelligent. That stuff is not coming from my 3D brain. Yeah! And I have to say, I don't need people to believe. I honestly don't need someone to believe. I'm not trying to prove it to anybody. Machila. I know what I want to do next time, though. I want to spend more time on seeing energy and feeling energy. But my mind was too busy with all these interdimensional beings. I was seeing so many constant beings who had these godlike powers compared to humans. And I was one of them. Oh, OMG. I saw myself again. I saw myself again as an Azurite. No even close resemblance to a human. It was a bird-like giant being, and super far in the future, which means it's super ancient, and it was making the sound in my body. I can hear the whole sound, not words, not some language. It was this primordial sound. And I saw other beings like this. I wasn't the only one. I was not alone on Saturday, for sure. So I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't do a live, but for me personally, it was a gift from the guardians. It was timing from the guardians. In my point of view, in my understanding, they needed me to be specifically at that time on medicine. I didn't want to do medicine at night. I don't like doing medicine at night, but all my circumstance on Saturday brought me to doing medicine on starting around 6:30 p.m. So we pay attention to energies, we pay attention to synchronicities, we pay attention to all these things happening for a reason. We most 3D people don't see these things related. They think it's all unrelated. Oh, I had a thought, not related. Oh, I saw a person, or they called me, not related. It's all freaking related. As a psychic spiritual being on a spiritual journey, all of these things you pay attention to. I was having problems with my internet for a reason. I was feeling out of it for a reason. It was guiding me to something, to think about something, to do something. You see? All right, you guys. It was a good live. Woohoo! 3 new members joined today on this live. Sarah, thank you for understanding, sister. Thank you for feedback. I can't wait to go read all of your guys' chat. You've seen Elijah. Well, I didn't see Jesus Christ, but I saw Jeshua, which the Guardians call Sananda, Melchizedek. I definitely saw Sananda. And I think also, if you have these experiences on medicine, it also, your religion or your beliefs affect the experience. And so, since I'm following a law of one belief system, it affects my experience. And so, you realize that there is a lot of beings involved in religion in the higher dimensions. Okay? Those believing in Jesus Christ or God the Father, that's being manifested by a collective of you. There's a collective of believers in these gods who create energies, who create these beings. You would say you're collaborating together. This is why the Illuminati do what they do. They put it in movies. They want something to happen. It's part of their magic system. They will put it to you in TV, in shows, in comic books, and video games. So you see it and now expect it, or we'll see it and don't be surprised by it because you've been conditioned to it subconsciously. Same concept. All of the billions of people putting energy into Jesus, the crucified Savior, or all this into the cruel Allah God. This is literally creating something. It is the human collective creating this. So certainly the human collective can create these demonic energies, phantom energies, or whatever kind of energies together. This is why group meditation is much more powerful than an individual. And what do you think in these teachings? We talk about grid work. They're called round tables. It's a group thing. Only certain things you can do with group consciousness. Oh, we're powerful on our own, but add a bunch of indigos and star seeds doing a meditation, which we will do whenever we manifest our Sedona retreat. And we will be working with the advantages of the pyramids, you guys. That's my goal. And eventually this will be a formalized thing, a professional thing, an investment thing. It will be our Sedona retreat. We will have Kathara teachings for sure. We will have all kinds of teachings. You will even see in Voyagers how they were using the pyramids as ascension chambers, as teleportation chambers. I'm not saying we're going to teleport, but we're going to learn how to. I've done a lot of pyramid research, like all the Russian research in pyramids. There's a lot of spiritual people building pyramids in Russia. Look it up. And they have supernatural, paranormal things happening in there. Take a group of Law of One students, Emerald Covenant students, Inner Crystal students into that tool. Machiwa. Who built the pyramids, homies? It was the Guardian races. We know those structures of power. I mean, those literal organic structure inside a pyramid, a sacred geometry, a star tetrahedron. All right, you guys, it's late and I gotta let it go. But thank you guys. I'm sorry about the internet. It wasn't perfect. Someday I'm gonna get that straightened out. It might take me moving. I don't want to live here forever in a small little town. I want to move to Vegas or now that Trump's in office, I don't see World War III yet. Maybe, I don't know. But now I can consider living in Arizona maybe, or Vegas, or somewhere bigger that has cable LAN network. No more Wi-Fi, no more satellite dish, no more cellular antenna or cellular tower. No, I just want 5G straight up, no jokes, no sidekick, just straight up 5G, 300 megabyte plus internet, 20 megabyte upload. I don't care. Thank you guys for being here, homies. Thank you, Sarah Holder, Stardust Goddess, Celine. Thank you, Star Sisters. Shout out to Starman and Indigo Wizard. And we might bring on Mr. Mandism or someone else as another moderator because of Little Alien having to let go. So, but anyways, you guys, I love all of you guys. Thank you for being with me tonight. Thank you for learning something new maybe about higher self. Hopefully I explained some of that tonight and realize I showed you on the screen. I'm always transparent about, it's in these teachings. You're learning this from the Emerald Order, from the Guardian Alliance, from the beings following the Law of One, okay, Omni Love, practicing the 12 attitudes of mastery. That's not just for humans. They are too practicing the 12 attitudes of mastery, the 12 responsibilities of mastery too. Bless all of you. Thank you. So many of you are full of love. Some of you, it's not an act. It's not pretending. Maybe some people out there are, but you see our community, you guys. Trolls don't have a chance. We have so much positive, high frequency in this community, and we want to spread that around the world, baby. That's how Guardians roll. What's up, Indigo Children? Give me 5. Yeah. Much respect to your spiritual journey. I hope to see you guys on Saturday. I don't plan on missing more lives, but now that I can smoke sometimes, every now and then, I might go to a drum circle or two, at least once a month. So, thank you guys. Much respect to all of you. Sorry if I didn't get to all of your questions. You're more than welcome to write me to my personal email. Don't forget, you guys, there's a membership area. There's a membership to Christos Avatar. There's an advantage to joining. You get more more links, more data. You understand, this information is under attack. This information is being censored. Not all the information can be found out there. Some of us are holding this information, keeping it on Google Drives, sharing it, providing links to it. That's what I'm doing. Galactic! Woohoo! Wait, I'm pulling it up. Galactic High Priestess! Woohoo! Thank you, Star Sister. Much respect. You've done that more than once. Thank you so much. So happy to have you. I hope you've been here most of the night. You didn't just come right now, right? Bless you guys. And just so you guys don't, if you guys don't know, maybe you've been here a member for a long time. If you've been here, please know that the entire 20-hour Kathara workshop is in the members area. I just finished that a few days ago. All 20 hours. And I'll be putting more workshops. Now I don't have to find a website. Just so you guys know, there's no way I can get an internet service that will give me terabytes of data. They also don't allow videos to be played back. Like, they don't want hundreds of people on my website that they're serving to be playing. This is why I do it on a service like Patreon and even YouTube membership. But YouTube could give me issues later down the road. That's why I have a Patreon. So I'm going to preserve it. All of that. They don't care if it's gigabytes or terabytes. So I'll put it on their servers. Mature. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I know some of you are learning and appreciate this broadcast. So thank you for being here tonight, you guys. Thank you for that last minute exchange of energy. Galactic High Priestess, bless you. Check out my new videos came out. I just made one today. I'm going to be releasing some secret space program videos this week. I forgot about that. I haven't caught up with that. So I want to catch up some of that. So stay tuned for that. I'm still working on the Metatron video because I'm stuck on the On You race, but I'll get that through eventually. Thank you guys. Let's do this. And we're going to learn more Anuhazi songs, but right now we're just going to say the ones that I do know. That we can pronounce and memorize. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. I am Christos. I am Christos. I am Christos. And I want to, it just came into my mind, so when it does that, I want to show it real quick. Just a few seconds here. Let me find it. Files, Christos Avatar, members, Shaddai. Shaddai. Here is a professional people singing it. That's professional people singing it. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. Shaddai Ure Akumtan. That's Anuhazi language, baby. Shaddai Ure. And the Song of Lyra is also in the Kathara workshop. You also get the Maharic seal in the Kathara workshop. You also learn the 15 chakras in the Kathara workshop. So check out the Kathara workshop. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. And so are all of you. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. And the religious people can't stand that. Machiwa, bless them in their journey. I just want to say one verse of the Song of Lyra. Ome dai patuma, ome dai patuma, patuma e deta e kuna, ome dai patuma, treti la idermna, treti la idermna, derma he kemta he kuna, ome dai patuma. There's also a professional recording of that on the same site. I can't find the link right now, but thank you guys. Bless all of you. Star Seeds, Indigo Children. I'll see you soon. Take care. I have my contact information below. Instagram, direct message me on Instagram or Facebook. Peace. Namaste. Aho. Machiwa.